Namaskar. Good morning to you all. My name is Colonel Rahul Srivastav, and on behalf of the Ministry of Defense and Team VeerGatha, I welcome you all to this interactive session of Project VeerGatha 5.0. As part of Project VeerGatha, as you're aware, the students interact with the Gallantry awardees. Gallantry awards are given to honor the bravery of our armed forces, and they're announced on Republic Days and Independence Days. There are wartime awards and peacetime awards. Instituted on 26 January 1950, the wartime awards are the Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, and Veer Chakra. Later, the peacetime awards Ashok Chakra, Kirti Chakra, and Shaurya Chakra were introduced. Wartime awards. Paramveer Chakra is India's highest military decoration for valor in wartime, and Mahavir Chakra is the second highest decoration in India awarded for acts of conspicuous gallantry in the presence of the enemy. Veer Chakra is the third highest military decoration of India for gallantry in the presence of the enemy. Peacetime awards. These awards are those other than in the face of the enemy, awarded to military as well as civilians and the three awards in order of precedence are the Ashok Chakra, Kirti Chakra, and the Shaurya Chakra. To learn more about these awards and so, as I said, the Dahiya later commanded three Jacklai from 1992 to 1985, and as a company commander of Ladakh Scouts in December 1984 in the Siachen Glacier, Colonel Dahiya displayed conspicuous courage and valor and repelled the Pakistani attack and was awarded Shaurya Chakra. It's my privilege to introduce our second distinguished panelist today, Major Rakesh Sharma, who is sitting right and who was commissioned in the Regiment of Artillery in 1995. During his 10 illustrious years with the Indian Army, Major Rakesh volunteered for intense insurgency-affected sectors, embracing demanding roles in extremely hostile conditions. In one such critical assignment as a company commander of 18 Rashtriya Rifles in J&K, Major Rakesh exhibited conspicuous act of gallantry wherein he effectively neutralized four dreaded terrorists. For this daredevil action and outstanding leadership in crisis, he was awarded Shaurya Chakra. I think now I would like to request our distinguished guests to please share their experiences with you all. After listening to both the speakers, we will have question and answer sessions from the students. Please keep your audio muted. Thanks. Kaldeya sir, may I request you to please share your experiences.
Good morning to you all. It's my proud privilege to be interacting with you, the students from across the country and the educators. It is a very unique initiative started by the Ministry of Defense and our Honorable Prime Minister's blessing. In my lifetime, I feel that these initiatives I never come across, though I've been a regular guest speaker from school to university level, but to be able to interact with students and their educators pan-India, it is a great honor. My good wishes to whosoever thought of this initiative and kudos. My dear next generation of the country, the future of this country lies in your hands. It is like in a relay race, the past is getting in touch with the future. But it is very important that the baton is handed with utmost advantage and precision. To this, it's a great initiative, and I again thank whosoever has thought of this initiative. My dear friends, at this age in your life, you require, apart from teachers, mentors who can guide you about the life's journey ahead. It is the most crucial time because post superannuation, I've been a director in the university in youth capability enabling and youth empowerment. For the last 18 years, this has been my favorite area of work. To introduce myself, I'm from a farmer soldier family from the most happening state of India, that is Haryana. We are not only good farmers, but we are acknowledged, accomplished soldiers for centuries. If I can briefly mention about the history, all the about 29 odd major and small aggressions that have taken place, all have taken from via our area. To talk of Mahabharata, that too is also happened in Haryana. So that is our geographical importance, that area, that's the state that I come from. At family level, I was born and brought up in a small village in Seri, which is a historical village where Baba Banda Bahadur Singh came for help after the demise of Dasmashis Guru Govind Singh Ji Maharaj. He came to village Seri, Kanda, and we raised an army to re-establish Sikhism in Punjab. I come from that heritage. I am via Sainik School, National Defence Academy, IMA, and put in 34 years of service. During this time, I've been decorated for bravery as well as administrative acumen. I served in every inch of land border of the country, be it plus 50-degree temperature in Run of Kutch or minus 60 degrees in Siachen Glacier, and later in Gagong Plateau in North Sikkim. There is not an area where I have not served, be it J&K, Run of Kutch, UP-Tibet border, or all insurgency, be it in Punjab, in the worst area of Taran Taran, Makhu, or be it in Northeast, in Barak Valley, or be it in J&K. I hail from one of the highest decorated regiment, the Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry, which I may like to mention that is the only regiment which has been homegrown post-independence. Indian Army has got a huge, rich heritage. Today we want to decolonize and leave certain practices of pre-independence era. Here is a regiment which is homegrown and in the only one which, starting from Home Guards to J&K militia to regular army in 1974, is one of the highest decorated, consisting of my men from Jammu Tawi right up to Ladakh. I have the privilege of not only commanding Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry, but in combat, I have led the best snow warriors in the world, that is the Ladakhis Nunu. Purpose of this session is to pass on this heritage, how to be good leader, to keep the sanctity of the borders of our country. We, as a military class, in different uniform of different hues, be it army, NHOG come disruptive, the sky blue of the Air Force and the white of the Navy. We are a family and live in our way of life. So it's not very wrong to call it a class by itself, because apart from different classes, political class, the business class, or the food grower class, we are a military class. For youth, it's very important for you to learn as to how we live, what is our core strength. We are irreligious, apolitical, and driven by core value of one for all for one. This session, through this session, it is a great privilege for me to see children from right from Manipur, Mizoram, to Kashmir, to Punjab, to Haryana, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, and everywhere. Actually, this attendance of yours, in a way, is a form that military classes across the caste, creed, color, we are a family. I also been a member of Services Selection Board as a group testing officer, and I am very happy to note that the organizer, Colonel Shrivastava, has time and again emphasized on leadership, courage, bravery, sacrifice. So I have been into the system for about 6 years in 2 different services selection boards, screening and selecting the youth of the country to shoulder this responsibility. So I will be able to share those core qualities that you must develop in yourself. Before that, for about 5 minutes or so, I'd like to share with you what all I underwent and what all I accomplished. Historically, India has, as you are well aware, various conflicts with its neighbors, be it Pakistan or China. But the operation that I'm going to talk of Meghdoot, is unique in many ways. I will just briefly say, in 47, 48, we lost territory. Today, we are looking for POK. 62, we lost all the territory. It was beyond maintainability that the Chinese went back. 65, we gained something, we lost something, but again we came back to status quo. It was only in 84, the first time in the history of Indian military, that the territory has been added to our orders. And I'm proud to say that my operation where I led 15 of the bravest of the brave Nunus of Ladakh, we have a difference. I'll elaborate on that. In 84, after about a decade plus of exploration by mountaineers, we as a country decided that the Siachen Glacier or the Salturu Ridge, it's very crucial to hold because all our glaciers, water sources, as you know, they're basically J&K centric. When the decision was taken, it was very sudden, and more important, it was within the local resources of Northern Command. Hence, there was acute scarcity of logistics. Equipment was not proper. We were in equipment which was otherwise used in different high altitude area where the temperature generally, I served in Sikkim, I served in with water, I served in J&K, where the temperature at night is at the most 15, 20, whereas me and my party have survived in minus 60-degree temperature at about 19,000 feet of height without food for 6 days. So those have been the challenges. In 84, we occupied Siachen, but before the enemy could react, the weather was so bad, and it was not expected. It was after serving in Indus Valley area of Ladakh, I was shifted to Karakoram area and inducted into Siachen in the month of December 1984. I walked the entire glacier in 7 days with 25 kg load on my back. As a young man, for the first time with 11 years of service, I was a substantive major and a company commander for the first time. More important is with the troops, leader of the troops whom I never knew, and I have been with them only for 1 month. After 1 month, within 1 month of association, we were so gelled, we were so cohesive group that we went into battle. In 1985 February, the Pakistanis who have been surprised the previous year, they came back and they came back with full force. I had 4 to 5 posts to occupy where the strength was not more than 10 to 12. With me, I had only 23 men, and on the opposite side, on the glacier, there was a regiment of Northern Light Infantry, company of Special Service Group, which is the special forces like Indian Army, and worst was, there was a full regiment of heavy mortars, all deployed with only a feature .5966, and I was sitting in Siala. The whole world got into topsy-turvy. We had no resources, and me and my party were the only one over 70 kilometers with no communication, no headquarters in nearby. If I say that on those crucial times between hugely prepared enemy and our headquarters back at Leh, there was nothing except my company spread over around 50 kilometers. It was do or die situation, and I'm proud to say that I got orders from the co-commander in writing from Lieutenant P.N. Hoon to Major M.S. Dahiya that you will fight from here last man, last round. In those circumstances, we held on, and the best part is that there were no casualty. I ensured that the men that I took into battle, I got them out alive and kicking. However, reduced to skeleton. In 7 days, I had lost 35 kgs of weight. 9 of my men suffered amputation. I barely escaped, but I fought it back and regained my health, rose to command my battalion. So this is briefly what happened and what generally happened to those who are frontliners. Their stories do not come out, or by the time it reaches to second and third, a certain amount of change has already taken place. I'm honored that I want to share with you one more point, that is about the definition of gallantry awards. The Shaurya Chakra, my party of 15 got one Ashok Chakra, one Kirti Chakra, one Shaurya Chakra, and two Sena medals. In a way, my party may be the highest decorated party in the, one of the highest decorated in the history of Indian Army. About the definition, I like to, which has always hurt me, bravery not in the face of enemy. This is the first time the Indian Army fought in the highest battlefield in the world. So I have not faced, me and my men have not faced one enemy, we have faced two. That is the temperature, that is the terrain, and the climatical condition, inadequate logistics, and all those things were part of it. But the strength is our army, our selection system, our training, our way of doing things as a family, one for all for one. With this, I feel that this is the way that we have, I attacked at night. In fact, this is the first time that without any RT support, without any communication with any headquarters, without proper clothing and logistics, I walked for 11 hours like this, tied with ropes, in an avalanche, in a crevice-prone area. But after 11 hours of walk, I was able to come. This is the way I was in the Siala Pass. This was our living in 84, 85. These tents, some of them were not even a usable condition because we had to do whatever we had and there was no cursing or cribbing or complaining. That is the strength of organization that we call Indian Army. With this, certain core values that I want to share with you. A leader is not exclusive. He is part of the team and he is only synergizing the energy. Beyond that, it's not his forte. I'd like to share one or two instances what made me do all this, which is very important for you because leader is all alone when he makes a decision. I started my attack walking over at 6:20 p.m. in the evening. 11 o'clock, I had the first break. We sat for 10 minutes. The biggest challenge for me to get up again and start walking. I asked myself, what should I do? I can't even share with my men. The only two things which came to my mind is, friend, you have been in Sainik School, NDA, IMA, and you got 11 years of service. For 21 years, you have been eating government ration. You might as well pay back. Number one, this question I replied to myself. Second thing, that I carry the heritage of my ancestors who have been top-class soldiers. If I die here as a coward, then for generation to come, I will be looked down upon. These two things, they made me get up and move. And we stopped only at 5 o'clock when I was barely 200 meters away from the heavy machine gun which was firing at me in Siala Pass the previous evening. Second thing, the leader, how it comes. I'll tell you, each one of us were basically carrying arms and ammunition and wrapped up in a sleeping bag. When we reached on top, I had carried one single barrel Grad P, which is a artillery equipment, but quite heavy. The round itself was 32 pounds. How we carried, I only know, because on a gradient with 6 to 7 feet of snow and 75 degrees of gradient, I know how we carried it. We mounted it. On the other side, the enemy strength was almost 500. Whole regiment of artillery deployed. In the company, the entire Northern Light Infantry Battalion is there, SSD is there, everyone. And they are in a advanced stage of climbing right up to the top. In 85, being an instructor also in infantry school, I fired the first 84 mm RL in Airbus role. That was the first time that confrontation, actual fighting has taken place in Siachen. So when we mounted that Grad P, the artillery boy with me was carrying it. He says it is not firing. You can well imagine what I would have undergone as a leader. There is absolute panic. We have done so much effort, but the effort fails. Now that is the time, as a leader, if you can't hold, you pass on that worry, fear, scares, you being scared to your men. You can't afford to do that. So that is, leader has to rise to the occasion. He has to hold back his fears. Now, fear is one thing that I've gone through your questions. How to overcome it? Firstly, the fear does not come because we are a team. We are together. I told my men only two things. I said, if I am still alive, I will not leave your dead body here. That's a word to you, number one. Number two, should we get captured here? There are about 500, you are only 15. You will get butchered. Would you like to die a death like this? Might as well die with a bullet on your chest. Now, these are the things are ingrained in we service people during our selection, during our training, and our subsequent exposures. So I hope I have been able to convey that. Rest has certain questions. I'm glad you shared them. I will reply as and when they are addressed to me. Now I hand over back to the Srivastava, please. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Dahiya, sir. It was wonderful listening to him, wasn't it? I request you now to carry on.
Jai Hind, dear friends. I'm Major Rakesh. A brief introduction about me have already been shared with you by Colonel Srivastava. Glad to hear my senior and get inspired by his great acts of valor and way he led his team and his troops. That was really very inspiring, sir. Thank you so much. So, as the budding generation of our country, first of all, like you people come from various parts of our great country. I too belong to a very small village of a state, northern states, Himachal Pradesh. So I basically come from a hilly state, and we also have a history in the mountains. If you many of you studying in the history and geography, as to most of the incursion in our country took place via those routes through Himalayas. So naturally, the people of those areas, they were required to defend themselves. So it is coming from history that you will see that my state, Himachal Pradesh, the honor of earning the most PVC Paramveer Chakras for our country. The first PVC, Major Somnath Sharma. I read in the list there was a student from a school from Badgam here. I don't know whether the student is currently there or not. So Badgam is the place. I was there last year on the memorial of Major Somnath Sharma. These days only, in 47, 48 operations, he earned the first PVC. So we have this honor from that area. Then going back to the history, many of you can Google. I will name one person called General Joravar Singh. जनरल जोरावर सिंह जो थे, आप उनको चेक करेंगे, वो महाराजा रणजीत सिंह के, ही वाज द मोस्ट accomplished military leader. General Joravar came from my district in Himachal, district Bilaspur, and his, in fact, ancestral place is just about 20 to 30 kilometers from my village in Himachal. So why I am sharing with you all this is because this is the kind of lineage and history we in the hills we've got. What inspired me to wear the uniform and get into this great organization called Indian Army? Like many of you, I see a lot of girls here on the screen, and I'm sure the girls especially would have cherished yesterday's victory of Indian women on the Australian the World Cup semi-finals. So it was a world record in terms of the highest chase, and also it was in terms of our getting into the finals. So a lot of girls are nowadays getting inspired to get into the Indian Army. Great that we've got great lovely avenues open for all of you. And nowadays, unlike earlier when girl used to just dream of wearing the uniform, now that is a great possibility, and I welcome you all to come to this great organization. The organization has an ethos of hundreds of years of old, and we in the Indian Army, in the armed forces per se, we cherish on our ethos, on our culture, and our great civilization. Different regiments, sir spoke about Jack Lai. So there are so many, around 40 to 50 different regiments of the Indian Army. And each of them, they have their own story of valors, courage, culture, civilization. And it is an unending saga. I must say, it takes huge time to learn and understand all that. तो जो मेरी कहानी है, वो कहानी ये है कि जाहिर सी बात है, उन दिनों में देश के लिए कुछ करना है, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 90s, तो वो सीधा रास्ता जाता था कि देश के लिए इफ यू वांट टू डू समथिंग फॉर योर कंट्री, get into the armed forces, get into the Indian Army and wear that uniform and go to the army with pride. That's what I also did, because in my area, as I told you, we used to sit, जब जैसे हम आपकी उम्र के जब हम स्टूडेंट होते थे, तो हमारे यहाँ पर जो है, मैंने आपको बताया कि सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर, उसके बाद 65, 71, 62 वॉर्स के जो वॉर लीडर्स होते थे, when they used to come on leave, we used to sit whole night and we used to listen to their stories and their act of valors. And सारी रात निकल जाती थी, पता नहीं लगता था कब रात निकल गई, इतने उनके हम जो है वो जो उनके लड़ाइयों के, जंग के, वॉर्स के, ऑपरेशंस के किस्से सुना करते थे. Obviously that inspired a student like me to get into the Indian Army, and that's how I went to the Indian Army. I must also tell you, because I have got 3 different experiences in life of 3 different domains. So Indian Army was my first experience. After that, I did some management studies. I went to IIM Bangalore and I studied there. I was in the corporate for good about 18, 20 years. And now I'm an entrepreneur. So with this versatility in my working domain, in my professional way of life, I must tell you that there is nothing which can be compared with the life and the dignity and the personality development which happens in the Indian Armed Forces. There is nothing to beat them. Nobody can even come close to that, having experienced all 3 different versatile working domains. Indian Army teaches, or it rather imbibes wholesome personality development in us. Nowadays, what is happening is, because of the technology becoming integral part of our lives. Most of the times we are just sitting inside our rooms and working on the gadgets. When you go to the army, you will have a balanced way of life. It's not going to be skewed. It's not going to be skewed to one particular direction. That's one thing which is, I'm very sure, all other organizations have become skewed because there are likings, there are patterns, and most of us we're spending life, as I said, on gadgets. You go to forge, you go to armed forces, you'll be spending your life in proportions. That is one reason. Second thing is that Indian Army is one organization which inspires you to give back to society. All other organizations, like I told you, I was in the banking, I was in the telecom, all organizations, they are basically running for their own profitabilities, which we should accept it because that is the way they function. In the Indian Armed Forces, you will see the soldiers contributing during war, contributing during peace, and contributing in various ways. Why we are sitting here, why this program is being organized is also a way of giving back to our great nation and great society. So that somebody who has visualized this program, somebody who is running this program sitting here, people like Dahiya sir, people like me, why are we here? There is a noble cause. The cause is to give back to the society, to give back to people like you, to our youth, to our children, so that tomorrow when you come up and you become adults and you are uh, adopting your professional journey in various ways, you never forget that you need to give back to your society. You need to give back to your village. You need to give back to your town. You need to give back to your schools. You need to give back to your teachers. You need to give back to your elders, your own family, everywhere. So that is one thing which you can pick up from the Indian Armed Forces. And believe me, it goes into blood. It is not only on, it is not restricted to hearsay basis कि आज बोला कल भूल गए. हमारे जैसे सोल्जर हम कहीं भी रहते हैं तो सबसे पहले हमको अपनी सोसाइटी, अपना देश, this is the most important thing which is part of our nerve center, part of our brain, part of our heart. Many of you probably would have seen in the movies, I don't know, or you might have heard somewhere. I want to end my this, my words, my thoughts to you with three different names, three different words, and this is the ethos of the Indian Army. These three words, they are the ethos, they are the driving point, they are the culture of the Indian Army. These three words are Naam, Namak, Nishan. And I was always very inspired when I heard these three words for the first time. And I want you people to also imbibe these three words in your life in a manner that you can practice these three words in whatever capacity you are, whatever you are doing, and whatever you become futuristically in life. So Naam, for all of us, for the Indian Army, for people like me, it is the name of our regiments, of our units, but for all of us, it is the name of our country. So wherever you are in future, do remember that you are a proud Indian and you have to give back to your country. आपके देश का जो नाम है वो सर्वोपरि है, उससे बढ़कर कोई भी नहीं है. As they say, मातृभूमि, motherland. So motherland, मातृभूमि, देश का नाम. Namak. Namak for soldiers like me is the salt of the countrymen, the citizens of this country. हम देश का नमक खाते हैं, हम देशवासियों का नमक खाते हैं. हमका हमारे कंधों पर उसका कर्ज है. हम वो कर्ज का भार अपनी जान देकर भी चुकाते हैं, जैसे अभी आपको सर ने एग्जांपल दिए इतने सारे. आप सब भी जो है आपके कंधों पर भी, अभी आप बच्चे हैं, आप यूथ हैं, बट आने वाले टाइम पर ये जो देश का जो नमक का भार है ये आपके ऊपर भी पड़ने वाला है. एंड वी नीड टू गिव इट बैक टू आवर कंट्री, टू आवर सोसाइटी. निशान. निशान भारतीय सेना में These are the emblems, these are the regimental flags, these are the various other insignias. हमारे लिए कॉमनली हम सब के लिए जो निशान है वो भारत का तिरंगा है. आप जहां पर भी हैं आज कल परसों आने वाले कल में, you have to remember that your deeds will ensure that the flag is flying high or the flag is not looked upon so very well, not with so much of pride. So that pride we have to ensure, that pride we have to carry. Many of you will become entrepreneurs, you will become businessmen, you will come into the armed forces. So many of you will travel abroad because today the world is a global village. Remember, wherever you go, you are going to carry the name of this flag. So that is what I want you people to really think over and keep drive into your head, drive into your blood that नाम नमक निशान ये सिर्फ भारतीय सेना या भारत के आर्म फोर्सेस तक रिस्ट्रिक्टेड नहीं होने चाहिए, ये आप सब में हम सब में होने चाहिए. That is what will bring us a lot of pride. That is what will ensure that as a country we are rising high, because in last few years if you've seen we are doing really great. We are widely acceptable and appreciated in the world arena. We need to really be galloping on that, and that is where I'm expecting you people to play a big role, and my best wishes to you. Thank you so very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Thank you, Major Rakesh. So well encapsulated in the three words, Naam, Namak, and Nishan. As you heard him saying so, there are students from the eastern belt of the Indian territory. We have from Sikkim, we have from Arunachal, and there are people from south, students from south. If they are not able to probably understand, not exactly get into the meanings, the Naam and the Namak and the Nishan. Naam is your name, your legacy, your heritage, your history, everything, that you have to kind of keep it at the forefront. And then Namak is your loyalty to the nation, loyalty, patriotism, everything gets into that Namak. And Nishan is, like he rightly said, keeping your flags high, Indian flag high, your nation pride. That's the most important thing that should be, motto of your life, right? Thank you so much. And we will now have the question answer session with the students. I hand over to Ms. Monica for conducting the session, please. Thank you.
I request all the students to switch on their cameras. Video should be on. I'll start with Tahiba from JNK. Tahiba from JNK. Tahiba, unmute yourself, introduce yourself, and then ask your question. Tabiba, sorry.
Tabiba.
Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Tabiba Javed from Government Girls Higher Secondary School, Amira Qatil, Srinagar, Kashmir. And I feel honored to be able to ask you, all brave hearts, the question. So my question to you all is, as someone who has redefined courage for today's generation, how do you believe today's youth can carry forward the spirit of bravery, not just in war, but in everyday battles of life?
Kalmer, please.
You see, bravery as one of the component is how you handle the existing situation. And three things that constitute is, firstly, be upfront. To understand the situation and be upfront मतलब साफ सुथरा और सही रूप में उसको बात को कहना. Be upfront. Do not hesitate. You got to be vocal. There is no way that you think that somebody else will say what you want to say. If you have a point, be vocal about it. And the last and most important thing in society, as humans, always uphold justice and fair play, irrespective of caste, creed, color, sex, or whatever, gender. Always uphold justice and fair play. This is the biggest strength. I hope I have replied what query you had.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Major Rakesh, you can add something?
Yeah, so Tabiba, besides what sir has spoken about this excellent question which you put up, I want to add one thing, that in everyday battles of life, the basic discipline is the bedrock of bravery. So basic discipline means having the right kind of habits and having consistency to follow those habits. If you are able to inculcate basic discipline in everyday way of life, like for example, I give you a practical example, that so many people, or many of us in your student life, we struggle to get up early in the morning. I must tell you that as a young kid, it is quite brave to ensure that you not only get up early in the morning, but you maintain the consistency. That is also an element of bravery at your age, at the student's age, because that will ensure that gradually you are picking up the right elements wherein the broader term of bravery is exhibited by you as you grow in life. That is what I want to add here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tabiba. Next is Ahina Manzoor from JNK.
Everyone, respected gallantry awards and other dignitaries online. I'm Ahina Manzoor from class 11th Government Higher Secondary School, Bikepura, District Badgam, UT J&K. I feel privileged that I have been given an opportunity to interact with the heroes of our country. So my question to the honorable awardees is, how does this Operation Sindoor show India's strength and preparedness? What message does Operation Sindoor send to India's enemies?
Who's taking on?
It is simple and straight. It says, if you mess up with us, you pay through your nose.
Very good.
और छोटा सीधा और संक्षेप में जवाब है. You mind your business, we mind ours. But if you mess up with us, you pay through your nose. I think that is one of the achievement through Op Sindoor. I hope it meets your requirement.
Sir.
Okay. Next.
Thank you, Ahina. Next is Kavaiya from Tamil Nadu. Kavaiya from Tamil Nadu.
Kavya, you are here. Kavya, Tamil Nadu.
She joined, but I don't.
We can move to next
On
one.
to
Yeah.
next.
Next is Harshdeep Kaur from Punjab. Harshdeep Kaur from Punjab.
Yeah.
Harshdeep Kaur is there.
Some technical glitch, she can join.
Harshdeep, please speak. Harshdeep, you are muted.
He has unmuted, but वो भी बोल नहीं रही.
No, you are not audible.
Harshdeep, you are not audible.
He's muted or what?
He's not muted. Harshdeep, please check your system. You are not audible. I'll move on to the next person. Roshni Sharma from Punjab.
Tell her to check in the meantime.
बोला।
रोशनी
मान्यवर महोदय, क्या मैं आपको सुनाई और दिखाई दे रही हूँ?
जी।
आप सबको मेरी तरफ से नमस्कार। मैं रोशनी शर्मा, सरकारी आदर्श सीनियर सेकेंडरी स्मार्ट स्कूल भिखारीवाल, जिला गुरदासपुर, पंजाब से 12वीं कक्षा की छात्रा हूँ। मैं इस मौके पर पंजाब का प्रतिनिधित्व करते हुए अत्यंत गर्व महसूस कर रही हूँ। सर्वप्रथम आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई हो कि आपको गैलेंट्री अवार्ड से सम्मानित किया गया। भारतीय सेना की चुनौतियों पर जीत मुझे हमेशा गर्व महसूस हुई है। मैं जानना चाहती हूँ कि जिस प्रकार महिलाओं का योगदान अत्यंत सराहनीय रहा है, आगे भविष्य में ऐसे और मिशन या भारतीय सेना में महिलाओं की भूमिका और योगदान को आप किस प्रकार से देखते हैं?
थैंक यू सो मच रोशनी जी, बहुत बहुत आभार आपका। थैंक यू सो मच, वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन, वेरी रिलेवेंट क्वेश्चन।
थैंक यू।
अगर आपने ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के दौरान देखा होगा में कि इसमें नेवी का ज्यादा वो नहीं था और सेना में हमारी जो एयर आर्टिलरी की ब्रांचेस हैं, आर्टिलरी ब्रांचेस हैं, और जितने भी सोफिस्टिकेटेड इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स जिनके थ्रू हम जो है सिस्टम्स को डिटेक्ट करते हैं, जैम करते हैं, रिटेलिएट करते हैं, आपने इसमें देखा होगा कि हमारी यंग लेडी कैप्टन्स, यंग मेजर्स वो पूरी तरह से इन्वॉल्व थी उस जंग में और उन्होंने भरपूर अपना योगदान दिया। एयरफोर्स में अगर आपने अभी कल परसों समाचार देखा हो तो हमारी जो रफाल जो जहाज थे उनको उड़ाने में हमारी जो एयरफोर्स की पायलट हैं, जो जिन्होंने अभी इनफैक्ट फ्लाइट में हमारे प्रेसिडेंट को साथ में उन्होंने उड़ान भरी, तो उन सब यंग वुमेन का ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में बहुत ही अच्छा, बहुत ही सराहनीय योगदान रहा है। और हम अब देखते आ रहे हैं कि जैसे जैसे टाइम गुजरता जा रहा है, जो हमारी यंग गर्ल्स हैं, महिलाएं हैं, वो भारतीय सेना में कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर हर रोल में और हर डोमेन में वो हमारे साथ में खड़ी हुई हैं और पूरा योगदान दे रही हैं। कुछ तो ऐसी हैं जो बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सेल कर रही हैं। मैं खुद अभी एलओसी पर गया था कुछ दिन पहले, तो मैं उनसे मिला, तो उनकी जो जानकारी थी और उनका जो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम था, ऑपरेशनल ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, वो बहुत ही बढ़िया था। मैं आप जैसी यंग गर्ल्स को इनवाइट करूंगा कि वो प्रेरित हों और वो मोटिवेटेड हों, आप भारतीय सेना में, भारतीय आर्म फोर्सेस में आएं और ये जो इतनी कैरिस्मेटिक और इतनी चैलेंजिंग, बहुत अच्छी जो लाइफ है, बैलेंस लाइफ है, इसका आप हिस्सा बने। और ना सिर्फ आप अपने समाज का नाम ऊंचा करेंगे, आप अपने देश का भी नाम ऊंचा करेंगे। और जैसे कि सिंदूर में बहुत सारी हमारी जो वुमेन सोल्जर्स थी, उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा योगदान दिया। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
इसके अलावा रोशनी, एज यू आर अवेयर,
आपके मार्गदर्शन के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर।
थैंक यू रोशनी। नाउ
आपने जो देश के प्रति आपने हमारे देश के प्रति जो साहस, समर्पण और वीरता दिखाई है, वह सच में प्रेरणा स्रोत है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, हम आपको नमन करते हैं। जय हिंद सर।
थैंक यू।
हर्षदीप कौर from Punjab. हर्षदीप, I think उसका नहीं हुआ है अभी। नेक्स्ट इज के कल्याणी फ्रॉम तेलंगाना। के कल्याणी फ्रॉम तेलंगाना।
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everybody. And Honorable Defense Minister, my name is Kalyani. I am 9th standard. My school name is Srisai Vignan Bharati High School, Telangana, Warangal. Now I am giving a question. What lessons can other nations learn from planning and execution of Operation Sindoor?
Yes.
The recently conducted Op Sindoor has a different connotation, different facets, different way of understanding it. One of the understanding is that the warfare जो करने का जो तरीका था centuries old, वो एक ऊंचे लेवल पे चला गया है जहाँ पे टेक्नोलॉजी का एक बहुत बड़ा रोल रहा है. This is one cardinal difference which has come out very clearly during Op Sindoor. Now, your question is what lessons other nations can learn from planning and execution of this? Now, इसमें क्या है कि जो जियोपॉलिटिक्स है, इसी द वर्ल्ड ऑर्डर का जो 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 सिस्टम है, सबसे जरूरी है उसको समझना. दूसरी बात ये है दैट फ्रॉम ब्रॉन्ज से ब्रॉन पार जो फाइटिंग में लड़ाई में यूज होती है, नाउ इट हैज गॉन टू ब्रेन substantiated by technology of a very high order, 5th generation, whether it is missiles, whether it is aircraft, whether it is other equipment that has been used during this thing. Now, the most important thing that you have to be in tune with the changes. You've got to educate yourself, you've got to make yourself aware that the things are moved far ahead at a very fast speed. So this is a lesson that other countries can take these lessons from what India has achieved recently. Thank you.
So as also what Colonel Dahiya has said, little more on this, that now the future wars, lessons learned is that, one of the lessons learned is that now we are not only into the existing parameters, we are now talking about AI. We are talking about satellite information. So like they say, brevity, accuracy, precision, speed, all this will be achieved only when we have the specific information, very, very real information. And for that, now the armed forces all over the world are getting into the AI intelligence mode, right? So that also you have to keep in mind. So technology, as you very rightly said, technology is going to play up a massive role in the futures to come, right?
Sir, one small point.
Yeah.
Kalyani, one small point here. Operation Sindoor has instilled a lot of pride and the ability, technology wise, the ability of Indian armed forces has given a wider message to all the countries that if you mess with us, then we are not going to leave you easily and we are going to retaliate you in the best possible manner. So that's one great lesson which we have driven home to not only our adversaries, but world across. People have understood that India is a great might in terms of the defense armory, defense technology, and ability to hit back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kalyani. Next is Lalrin Fena from Mizoram. Lalrin Fela from Mizoram.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Larin Felasailo from Government Mizo High School, Mizoram, and my question is for Sir Colonel Maher Singh Dhayan. It is a great privilege to meet you today, sir. Your exemplary and commitment as a gallantry award winner has inspired all of us. And my question being, sir, when you and your men held that frozen height under enemy fire with limited supplies, could you share a small act or decision during the operation that had a significant impact on your team's cohesion or success? Also, what inner strength or sense of duty kept you standing firm when most would have given up?
Firstly, I'm honored to speak to you because I've been posted in Vairante, and during that time, I've been to Aizawl and complete Mizoram, reviving those memories. And also to add, I've been so fascinated by the youth of Mizoram that I was honored by the Chief Minister of Mizoram to helping capability, enabling, getting them, training them, recruiting. That's one part. You asked me a very touching question. See, when we went into this operation, we left out everything as far as our eatables are concerned. We carried nothing because everything, it was weapons and ammunition. More important, ammunition. You have one system, weapons, but if you do not have ammunition, then you are gone. So we were heavily loaded. So when we unpacked our sleeping bags and started using our weapon systems and ammunition and all, there was literally nothing with us for 6 days. And the condition was at the top of 19,500, 700 feet, the temperature used to be minus 60. And a snow blizzard used to be about 125 kilometers. If you expose a part, my second lieutenant, my RTOP, he happened to, in his desperation, he opened
that photo.
took out the glove, and in 2 minutes exposure, his finger was gone. Now, in this, all of us were frostbitten on the very first night. By the time we were evacuated after 7 days, our limbs were black because they died. And that was now, what was there to survive? The enemy was within our sight, and there used to be counterattacks. At least, depending on the weather, it used to be at least once in a day, depending on the visibility and all. So, in those circumstances, the only, to be very frank with you, was that we will, at no cost, in any circumstance, we will not allow ourselves to be captured alive. That was the main thing. We drew ourselves to the extreme of extreme that a human body can take. In fact, I like to share that after we were evacuated, a team of INMAS, DPAS, DPAS from Delhi was flown to GS Leh, where we were evacuated, and a research was carried out on our body. And that study became a cardinal document for induction of troops in Siachen. So this is all leadership. We are taught about all these things. We are exposed to this kind of extreme situation. And that is how me and my men are more important than me. I like to quote an instance here. One of my boy, after 30 years, after 41 years, I remember his name and number. He lost both his legs. He was evacuated to Army Hospital here in Delhi. Both the legs were amputated. I took my wife and my son, 7 years or so on. I said, I told him, I told my son, I said, I am alive because of them. He smiled. He says, no. साहब झूठ बोल रहा, गलत बोल रहा है, हम साहब की वजह से जिंदा है. Now that explains everything what leadership is. ठीक है? I hope I replied. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Next is Elizabeth from Mizoram.
Vanakkam ji. I am selected VeerGatha for Gallantry Award. I am representing myself. I am P. Kavyarasi. I am from Tamil Nadu. I am studying 9th standard. I am representing Government Girls Higher Secondary School, Ranipet district. I am great pressure to ask question. Can I ask question?
Yeah, you can continue.
My question is, how can we as students contribute to vision, the Viksit Bharat 2047? That's all. Thank you.
Major Rakesh.
Yes. So good that this thought has come to your mind that how can you contribute to Viksit Bharat to develop India? And I'm sure this is a burning question in the minds of most of you young people, that how can you contribute? Well, there is no rocket science or there's nothing specific which you need to achieve in order for India to be developed. What you need to do is that I did spoke about Naam Namak Nishan in the broader way, but if we have to put it into pieces, then there is a lot of activity which is happening across the country in all kind of domains. So when we say that what is happening in infrastructure, there is a whole lot of infrastructure development which is happening. When we say what is happening in IT, again, India is one of the leading society and country in terms of IT revolution. Bangalore, Hyderabad, even Chennai from your state, they are the renowned hubs of IT development, software, networks, all, everything, AI. Then we come to the third aspect, let's say pharmaceutical. India is the giant. We are the leading manufacturer of the pharmaceutical medicine, research. So if I have to tell you in nutshell, we are the most fast and high growing economy in the world. Today, our GDP is growing at the rate of 7%, average 7% per year. Why I am telling you this? Because when we are growing so fast, then there's a great opportunity to participate and make our country develop. Because the opportunity is there, and the opportunity is huge. It is not restricted to a state, to a geography, to a region. No, anywhere, all across. Now you have to just ensure that you are focused as to what you want to do, and in that, how do you pick up the best systems, processes, technology, excel, and thereafter contribute in terms of leading the inventions, leading the processes, leading the modules. Whole lot, in India is one country today with the highest number of startups we have. We are at par with China in terms of startups revolution. So the opportunity is too vast. Get into that, jump into something of your passion, of your liking, have the conviction, have the moral values of giving back to this country, to the society, and you will participate 110%. You're going to participate to make India a really great and developed nation. I hope I've answered that.
Kavya, I would Kavya, I would just say a few more words. Like you said, get into whatever is being done across the nation, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, like you said, as a student, what can we do? How can we contribute to Vikasit Bharat? What is Vikasit mean? Vikasit mean developed, developed Bharat. So what is developed Bharat? Bharat comprises of you, me, he, she, it, they, right? So if you develop yourself, Bharat will automatically develop. How do you develop yourself? You develop yourself by doing what you are supposed to do and by not doing what you are not supposed to do. By not doing what you are not supposed to do. So what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to develop your body, mind, and soul. You are supposed,
Sure, sir.
you are supposed to ensure that there is no litter around your house. You're supposed to ensure that your room is clean. You're supposed to ensure that, as Major Rakesh said, getting up in the morning is good. You're supposed to ensure that. You're supposed to study well whatever you're supposed to study and not study or read what you're not supposed to. Understood? So focus what you're supposed to do, and thereafter, automatically, when all the students do their own work, the entire school will do its own work, the entire society will do its own work, and that is how we will keep developing, right? Thank you.
Yes, sir. धन्यवाद धन्यवाद जी
Next is Elizabeth from
Good evening, everyone. I am Elizabeth Melsom Twangi, a student of Class 9, Government Mizo High School, Mizoram. My question to Captain Rakesh Sharma. Sir, it is a great honor to meet you today, and I feel privileged to learn from a distinguished gallantry award winner like you. With your kind permission, I would like to ask you a few questions. Sir, after you were injured during Operation Snowman, how did you manage the pain while still putting the mission first? And what gave you the strength to keep going? And what lesson from that experience can students like us apply to be brave, responsible, and determined in our own challenges? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you for a compliment. And to answer your question, first of all, there is a very old saying. I'm sure most of you would have heard it many a times in your life, even till now. So we say, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Have you heard about it?
Yes, sir.
Great. So that is highly applicable to all of us, but much more applicable to the soldiers and all of us in the armed forces. So whenever we face a challenge and a difficulty, like if we get hit, we get injured, the first thing which we go back to is our rigorous, schedule of training and the risk which we take in life. So when we recollect that, and when we know that we are trained to mentally we are trained to accept these kind of challenges, be it a wound, an injury, or a bullet hit, we accept it. That yes, this is something which is bound to happen in an operational scenario. That is one thing. Second thing is sense of duty. In the Indian Armed Forces, to all of us, sense of duty comes first, foremost, and every time. Be it in the normal timings or even when you are injured. So that is the second aspect. The third thing is, which many of you can relate, that in terms of our mental makeup, we as a society, we are completely, wholly spiritually developed race. We've got a lot of faith in our practices, in our culture, in our history, and we that sense of spirituality make us mentally very, very strong. So even when you are injured, you accept it gracefully, and thereafter you devise your plan to come out of that injury, and with single focused, mission oriented focus, you are continuing with your mission, whether you are injured or whether you are hit. That is what I also did. And let me tell you that it is not only me, whole lot of the people in the armed forces, all of us, because of the ethos which we have, we always focus on the mission irrespective of conditions, as have been brought out by the seniors here and also so many others. So in our routine lives, this can be imbibed, this sense of being focused on your mission. Like, I'm sure as a student you would be also having some objectives of yours, and there will be a lot of distractions. But when you focus on your strengths, that what are my strengths, like in the armed forces, our training, our regimentation, our ethos, our culture are our strengths. We focus on that every day, every time. So focusing on your strength, understanding our culture, our ethos will ensure that even if the times are odd, going it tough, you continue to achieve and be focused on your mission or your objective in life. Thank you.
Ma'am, I'm Harshdeep Kaur. May I ask my question?
Yes, Harshdeep, you can ask your question.
Am I audible?
Yeah, Harshdeep, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
A very good afternoon to the respected army officers. My name is Harshdeep Kaur, student of class +2 from Government Senior Secondary Smart School, Karachi, District Sangrur, State Punjab. It's truly an honor to meet such a brave and dedicated defenders of our nation. On behalf of my school, I would like to thank you for giving us this opportunity to interact with you and learn from your experiences. So, my question is to Sir, what initiatives is the Ministry of Defense taking to promote innovations and entrepreneurship in the defense sector, and how students can contribute to these efforts?
Okay, Harshdeep, that's a very important question, and thank you so very much. Great, your accent is great. See, the defense sector as such has opened up for the private sector some time back. I'm sure you'll be hearing whole lot of brands starting from big wigs like Tata, Adani's, everybody coming into the defense manufacturing and defense technology. You would be glad to know that in last 5 years, in terms of defense exports, we are achieving, surpassing milestones year after year. The most renowned example of that is that, now we are in the process of exporting our widely known missile BrahMos. We have already done a deal with Philippines, and we are all actively engaging with 2 other different nations in order to export that technology to them. Now, there are whole lot of, like you had, if you remember earlier, you used to have the IT setups, IT hubs across the country. Okay, IT villages, IT hubs, like Hyderabad was the leading city, thereafter Bangalore. Similarly, same kind of setup is for the defense as defense parks in various parts of the country. And whole lot of state governments are leading this revolution, uh, uh, be it areas around Mohali, like since you are from Punjab, so there are certain defense setups which are there. I don't know to name them. They are in the area of surrounding areas of Mohalis and other parts of Punjab. Go to Uttarakhand, Dehradun is full of it. Go to UP. Very recently, we launched a BrahMos complete second setup in Uttar Pradesh. Bulandshahr, there is an area called Bulandshahr in UP. The largest defense park manufacturing has come up in Bulandshahr. So a lot of things are happening. A lot of money is flowing from the external world into defense. That is one thing. For students like you, the Ministry of Defense, along with the private players, has set up large incubation centers. Okay, this is important for children like you, for students like you. Now, all you have to do is that if you are really interested in terms of understanding this technology, number one. Number two, you want to become an entrepreneur. Like I know of students like you who have set up their anonymous incubation setups, okay, and they are leading their way into drone technology, into loitering ammunition technology. They are doing a lot of things, young students. And you will always be able to find out various universities, various government setups, and various private sector industries. There are large and small incubation centers in tier 2, tier 3 towns, which are leading this revolution and integrating the youth like you with your bright ideas in terms of innovating in the technology and manufacturing for the defense sector, and thereafter integrating all those tech systems, tech-based innovations to main Ministry of Defense, where Ministry of Defense itself is providing those opportunities for young entrepreneurs to come up and showcase their inventions, their technologies, and putting them into the testing mode, trial mode. And if those technologies are becoming successful, they are being used widely. I've known of certain firing instruments, certain drones technologies, some other kind of, this radar systems which have come up from these incubation centers. And those young startups, youngsters are doing a great job. And this is just started. So there's a huge opportunity. This also I want to emphasize to you. So this revolution is just beginning at the beginning stage, initial fledgling stage. So there's a whole lot of opportunity, and I'm sure people like you, students like you, can do a lot and contribute a lot in this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Harshdeep. Next is Yashini from Tamil Nadu.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Yashni from class 11. I'm representing SNV Government Model Higher Secondary School, Tamil Nadu. My question is, sir, how do you prepare yourself mentally before going to an operation?
It was a rocket from the blues. I was in a different line in my career, and suddenly the situation arose that Op Meghdoot was launched, and there was a real, search for, the officers, especially because it was one command establishment. I was just small children in a different area, unknown, no support because of my unit was also moving to different station. So I was in 84, 85 in a crucial state of mind. My career was in a different line. When you land up there, in a different troops, I've been from Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry. Suddenly I go to another regiment. Boys who are entirely different. I don't even know their names. And within a year, within a month, I'm launching this operation. Now, what is my strength? My strength is my army, which has trained me to handle unknown, unpredictable, and most dangerous situation. I don't ask a second question. I forget everything, that I have a family. I forget that I'm in a different regiment. I forget that there is nobody senior to me in 70 kilometers of area. So now that is the time my training, my heritage, that Major Sharma said, Naam, Namak and Nishan. At that time, I donned their uniform, their badge. I have to live up to the tradition of that regiment. And let me also tell you that in 62, Ladakhis were the mainstay who held against the Chinese. Again, there were two battalions of my regiment. They were 7 and 14, Jammu Kashmir militia. Later on, they became Ladakh Scouts. Second thing is that Siachen is, there was a scarcity of troops. So it is the locals of Ladakh who have acted as porters and provided logistics, because no mechanical and animal transport was available. Airdropping, which used to take place in my location later on, was too costly and too limited. In all these circumstances, it is the training, our selection system, our exposure, our values, our ethos of Naam, Namak and Nishan. Now that automatically prepares you, don't ask questions. We just perform the mission. Moreover, in my case, it was a written order from the highest military commander by name to Major MS Dahiya. I got it in writing that you will fight here to the last man, last round. That's all. This is the strength of our services. We are a family. We feel for each other. That's our different culture. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Yashini. Next is Harsh from Jharkhand.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Harsh Rajwardhan from Sharda Global School, District Ranchi, State Jharkhand. I can't explain how much I am filled with pride to have this opportunity to interact with the gallantry awardees of my nation, of our nation. So, the word bravery has a lot of different interpretations. Everyone has their own understanding of the word bravery. So my question is, what, according to a personnel of the Indian Armed Forces, is or should be the meaning of bravery? Thank you.
Bravery is incidental to our concern for accomplishment or mission accomplishment. We don't think bravery as a different component. It is incidental. If I'm assigned to capture a post at against unimaginable odds, I'm only accomplishing a mission. Bravery is how the interpretation of those who are higher up, who are there, taking care of my higher commanders, they evaluate it in these circumstances, the mission assigned, and this is the accomplishment. That's number one part. At individual, if we are not an individual people, we are a team. When we accomplish our mission, it is a team achievement. I may have got a Shaurya Chakra, but I always dedicated to the 15 men of mine that I led. It's not my all alone that I'm going around and doing things which are can be defined as bravery. No, that's not the way the army culture, the army ethos say. So bravery, if I can say, is incidental to mission accomplishment. And for that, we have to uphold at every cost the three ethos, three words that Ms. Sharma has defined, Naam, Namak and Nishan. Whatever be the cost, the flag of my regiment and of my country cannot be compromised, cannot be insulted, cannot be written. So that is there are the stakes that we uphold because we are trained to be that way. We are supported, we are taken care of. Imagine, yaar, I've been retired at 18 years. My government is still looking after me. Based on the say, because all of us have done that job. All of us have shouldered that responsibility. And it is you, let me tell you as an assessor, it is your head, your heart, and your limbs. Capability and enable yourself. Be the best and serve your country. That is the ultimate meaning of this life that we are in. Thank you.
Just one line, hers. In one simple line, for a soldier, bravery means taking the right action on the face of fear, on the face of death. So, for a soldier, it's as simple as that. The situation might be, sounding death for you. Even then, on the face of that fear, you have to take the right action. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
really
you,
grateful.
Harsh. Next is Diksha from Himachal Pradesh. Diksha from Himachal Pradesh.
जय हिंद सर, मेरा नाम दीक्षा है। मैं हिमाचल प्रदेश के जिला चंबा के राजकीय वरिष्ठ माध्यमिक विद्यालय लुड्डू की 11वीं कक्षा की छात्रा हूं। सबसे पहले तो मैं ये कहना चाहती हूं कि आपसे बातचीत करना मेरे लिए बहुत गर्व की बात है। तो मेरा प्रश्न है, भारत ने ऑपरेशन विजय, ऑपरेशन मेघदूत, ऑपरेशन सिंदूर जैसे कई महत्वपूर्ण अभियान चलाए हैं। ऐसे मिशन हमें टीम वर्क और साहस के बारे में क्या सिखाते हैं? धन्यवाद सर।
धन्यवाद दीक्षा आपका, बहुत ही आपने अच्छा सवाल किया है। देखिए, टीम वर्क का महत्व हमारे समाज में हर जगह ही है, चाहे आप स्कूल में पढ़ रहे हैं अभी, और मैं आपसे ये शेयर करना चाहूँगा कि हम दोनों एक ही स्टेट से आते हैं, मैं खुद हिमाचल प्रदेश से हूँ। तो हम चाहे कोई भी एक्टिविटी कर रहे हैं, एक आपने भी स्कूल में पढ़ा होगा कि अकेला चना पहाड़ नहीं फोड़ सकता, और एक और अंग्रेजी की कहावत है कि अगर दूर तक चलना है तो साथ में चलना है, ठीक है ना। अगर आप अकेले दौड़ोगे तो आप हांफ जाओगे, थक जाओगे, पर अगर दूर तक जाना है तो कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर जाना है। ये कहावत है एक, उसको सक्षम रूप से भारतीय सेना में हम लोग जो है वो उसका प्रैक्टिकल रूप देखते हैं, चाहे कोई भी ऑपरेशन हो। और ये जो टीम वर्क है, ये सिर्फ छोटी सी टीम को लेकर नहीं होता है। आज की तारीख में जो ऑपरेशंस हो रहे हैं उनमें वो टीम वर्क जो है सेना के अलग अलग अंगों में जो है वो एक साथ इंटीग्रेट हो गया है। भारतीय सेना होगी, एयरफोर्स होगी, नेवी होगी, टेक्नोलॉजी होगी, ऑपरेशनल एस्पेक्ट्स हो गए, ये सारे के सारे उसमें फिर जो है, चाहे वो औरत हैं चाहे वो मर्द हैं, मेल फीमेल, वो सब एक टीम होती है। और जब वो एक टीम एक साथ ऑपरेट करती है तो उसमें एक जो है डिफेंस टर्मिनोलॉजी है जिसको हम बोलते हैं फोर्स मल्टीप्लायर। फोर्स मल्टीप्लायर का मतलब होता है कि एक और एक दो नहीं होते हैं, एक और एक 11 होते हैं। तो हम जब एक टीम के रूप में काम करते हैं तब हम अपना इंडिविजुअल ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं रखते हैं, हम अपनी टीम को ऑब्जेक्टिव सामने रखते हैं। एज अ टीम हम फंक्शन करते हैं। हमारे दुश्मन को भी मैसेज जाता है कि ये टीम के रूप में काम कर रहे हैं, तो हमारा जो जो उनके ऊपर वार होता है, जो हमारा उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई होती है वो बहुत सख्त होती है। और आपने देखा होगा चाहे वो कोई भी ऑपरेशन हो भारतीय सेना के और हमारे ऑपरेशंस, उनमें जो टीम का महत्व है वो बार बार सामने निकल कर आता है। और जो भी अचीवमेंट हमारी हैं वो सब टीम के रूप में ही मानी जाती हैं। चाहे वो सर ने अपने ऑपरेशंस के बारे में बताया, चाहे हमारे ऑपरेशंस हैं किसी के भी हो, उसमें हम सारे, आपने अपने बचपन में, लास्ट में एक वाक्य और आपको मैं जरा दूं, आपने बचपन में वो कहानी जरूर सुनी होगी कि एक लकड़ी को तोड़ना कितना आसान होता है, और जब उन लकड़ियों को एक बंडल का रूप दे दिया जाता है तो उनको तोड़ा नहीं जा सकता है। तो ये एक प्रैक्टिकल रूप भारतीय सेना में आपको देखने में मिलता है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका।
Thanks, Diksha. Next is Alfia from Delhi. Alfia from Delhi.
आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। मेरा नाम अल्फिया परवीन है। मैं दिल्ली के नगर निगम विद्यालय बसीदारापुर में चौथी कक्षा में पढ़ती हूँ। आज मैं बहुत खुश हूँ कि मुझे आप सभी से प्रश्न पूछने का मौका मिला है, जो इस प्रकार है। मेरा पहला प्रश्न है, वीरता दिल में होती है, हथियार में नहीं। इस पंक्ति का क्या अर्थ है? मेरा दूसरा प्रश्न है, क्या आपको कभी डर लगा है? तब आपने खुद को कैसे संभाला? थैंक यू।
सबसे पहले मैं आपको आशीर्वाद देना चाहता हूं कि आपने इस सेशन में हिस्सा लिया। आई एम सो हैप्पी। डर एक ऐसी चीज है जो जहाँ पे हम क्लियर ना होना, अननोन जहाँ पे बात होने का अंदेशा होता है, जैसे हम अंधेरे हो कमरे में और वहाँ जाते हैं, हम सोचते हैं कि पता नहीं क्या होगा। पहली बात, जब हम इस किस्म के ऑपरेशन में जाते हैं कि हम, इसके दो पहलू हैं, एक एनिमी के बारे में, एक अपने बारे में। हमें दोनों के बारे में रीजनेबल जानकारी होती है, बिकॉज दोनों के बारे में रीजनेबल जानकारी होगी तभी आप ना डरेंगे और आम तौर पे अपने मिशन में कामयाब हो जाएंगे। जब मैं इसमें गया तो मैं आपको इंसिडेंट एक्चुअल बताता हूँ जो मेरे साथ हुआ। शाम के टाइम 6 बज के तकरीबन 2 बजे फायरिंग उनका शुरू हो गया था और मैं खुले में बैठा हुआ था और HMG का इतना लंबा राउंड होता है वो मेरे चारों तरफ गिर रहे थे और मैं अपना सामान पैक कर रहा, मेरे 15 आदमी। तो उस समय पे हमारा जो एम था वो जल्दी से जल्दी उसके नज़दीक पहुंच जाए, बिकॉज माउंटेन में जो फायर होता है तो वो इनफेक्टिव हो जाता है जब हम दुश्मन के नज़दीक हो जाते। दूसरी बात ये, मैंने मजाक में अपना जो मेरा NCO था हवलदार तो उससे पूछना, मैंने कहा यार देखना मरवा मत देना, मजाक करते रहते हैं हम आपस में। उसने वो सेंटेंस मुझे आज भी याद है और ये सेंटेंस फिर मैंने भी बाद में अपने सूबेदार को बोला कि साहब बच्चों की चिंता छोड़ दे, यहाँ अगर आपकी डेथ हो जाती है मैं आपकी डेड बॉडी नहीं छोड़ूंगा अगर मैं जिंदा हूं तो। उस हवलदार ने मुझे जवाब दिया था, कहता साहब हम जब तक जिंदा हैं आपका बाल बांका नहीं होगा। और मैं तीसरे नंबर पे हम चलने एक लाइन के अंदर रोप्स के बंधे हुए हैं, बिकॉज वहां पे क्रेविस बहुत होते हैं, एक बार जो गिर गया वो पता नहीं कहाँ जाएगा। डर होता है। सेल्फ प्रिजर्वेशन सबसे स्ट्रॉन्ग इंस्टिंक्ट है ह्यूमन बींग्स में। हम अपने आप को सुरक्षित रखें, जैसे थोड़ा वो होगा अगर मच्छर बैठ गया तो एकदम उस पर हाथ मारते हैं, लेकिन हमारी सिलेक्शन सिस्टम, हमारी ट्रेनिंग और ये इस किस्म की एक्सरसाइज में हम पार्टिसिपेट करके हम इतना इम्यून हो जाते हैं उस भय का। और दूसरा ये है, हम लड़ाई के दौरान भी आपस में मजाक कर लेते हैं ना, दैट इज द वे दैट हमें वो 6 दिन तक ना मैं खाया, ना मैं सोया, ना कुछ पिया, ना मैंने और कुछ सिवाय, बिकॉज द फियर वाज सो मच कि अगर हम अपने मिशन में कामयाब नहीं होते हैं, देन सियाचिन वाज नॉट विद अस। लेट मी बी वेरी फ्रैंक अबाउट इट। तो स्टेक्स जब बहुत ऊंचे हो जाते हैं ना, तो ये डरना, भूख, नींद ये खत्म हो जाती है। आई गिव यू माई ब्लेसिंग्स, बी ए fearless girl and become an army officer. Okay, God bless
Thank
you.
you.
Alfia,
Thank
you
you.
are very sweet. Alfia, you are very sweet. God bless you, beta.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Alfia.
sir.
Next, Jyoti from Haryana.
नमस्कार सर। सबसे पहले तो मैं इस अवसर के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ आपका कि मेरे लिए ये बहुत ही खुशी की बात है कि मैं अपना परिचय आपको दे सकूं। मेरा नाम ज्योति है और मैं हरियाणा के गुरुग्राम जिले से हूँ। मैं शहीद लेफ्टिनेंट अतुल कतारिया राजकीय कन्या वरिष्ठ माध्यमिक की 11वीं कक्षा की छात्रा हूँ। श्री मान्य जी, मेरा पहला प्रश्न आपसे यह है कि ऑपरेशन सिंदूर का क्या उद्देश्य था? क्या वह पूर्ण रूप से सफल था और उसके दूरगामी परिणाम क्या थे?
मेजर राकेश, please.
हाँ जी, तो ज्योति बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका। आप खुद बड़े नामी ग्रामी स्कूल से हैं, मैंने स्कूल का नाम सुना आपका, आपको बहुत बहुत मुबारकबाद। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर का जो उद्देश्य है वो बहुत क्लियर कर दिया है हमारी सरकार ने कई बार कि हम जो हमारे देश के अंदर टेररिस्ट अंदर आकर जो कोहराम मचा रहे थे उनको पनिश करना था, और उस उद्देश्य को ध्यान में रखते हुए ऑब्जेक्टिव भारत सरकार ने सेलेक्ट किए जो मिलिटेंट लॉन्च पैड थे। 9 डिफरेंट लॉन्च पैड्स के ऊपर हमने 7 मई की रात को जो है अपने अटैक्स किए जो बड़े सक्सेसफुल रहे, और सारे के सारे ऑब्जेक्टिव्स के ऊपर हमने बहुत प्रिसाइसली हिट किया, उनको डिस्ट्रॉय किया और अपने उस ऑब्जेक्टिव को अचीव किया। तो उस हिसाब से ये जो हमारा इसमें जो हमने मिशन का ऑब्जेक्टिव बनाया था वो पूरी तरह से हमने अचीव किया, और उद्देश्य जैसे मैंने आपको बताया वो था क्लियर कट, उसके हिसाब से इसको एग्जीक्यूट किया गया। और कुछ आपने पूछा था के साथ में?
You are mute. Unmute yourself.
माफ करना श्रीमान जी, मेरा आपसे दूसरा प्रश्न यह है कि ऑपरेशन सिंदूर को मीडिया वालों ने बहुत ही आक्रोशपूर्वक दिखाया था, आपकी उसमें क्या प्रतिक्रिया थी? आक्रोशपूर्वक थी? यदि नहीं थी तो आप अपने हृदय के भावों को कैसे नियंत्रित रखते हैं?
देखिए ज्योति, ऐसा है कि जो मीडिया का काम है वो मीडिया का काम है। जैसे हर किसी फील्ड में हर एक का अपना रोल होता है, वो मीडिया का रोल है। जो देश के सिपाही हैं, जो हमारे जैसे सोल्जर हैं, आपने देखा होगा कि समुद्र कितना पावरफुल होता है पर देखने में कितना शांत होता है। तो जो विजय होती है और जो जीत होती है वो उतनी ही शांत होती है। एक सिपाही शांति से लड़ाई करता है। कामनेस इज द एसेंस, जो हम बोलते हैं शांत भाव से जीत करना, हमारे लिए वो सर्वोपरि है। हम उसको फॉलो करते हैं, ना कि उसको अननेसेसरली हम जो है सेंसिटाइज करके। वो एलिमेंट हमारे अंदर नहीं होता है, क्योंकि हमारा जो फोकस होता है वो डिसिप्लिन से और मिशन ओरिएंटेड होता है, ऑब्जेक्टिव वाला होता है। तो हम उसको उस ढंग से लेते हैं, और हमारा और मीडिया का इसमें बिल्कुल आपस में कोई संबंध नहीं है। वो उनका काम है, हमारा काम है शांति से विजय को प्राप्त करना और शांति से उसको एक्सेप्ट करना। थैंक यू।
धन्यवाद सर, आपने अपना कीमती वक्त हम सबके लिए निकाला।
Thank you, Jyoti. Next is Ferry from Punjab.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ferry from Punjab. I study in 12th standard. First of all, thank you so much for giving this opportunity to introduce myself and ask for a question to Army soldiers. I represent Shahid Major Ravinder Singh School from Bathinda. My question is, from your experience in service, what example you have seen were effective coordination between the Army, Navy, and Air Forces made a decisive impact? Thank you.
You see, post-independence India, in organizing and reviewing and कोऑर्डिनेटिंग, वो एक काफ़ी ऊंचे दर्जे पे चला गया। शुरू में आर्मी, नेवी, ऑफ एयरफोर्स का अपना अपना काम करने का तरीका था। वो इतना जॉइंटेड एफर्ट इतना ज़्यादा नहीं होता था। लेकिन जिस स्टेज पे आज हम कोऑर्डिनेशन के लिहाज से खड़े हैं, अगर सही माने में देखा जाए तो इन तीनों सर्विसेज ने अपनी आइडेंटिटी को मर्ज कर दिया है एक कोहेसिव फोर्स के रूप में। मैं अपने लेवल पर अगर मैं आपको बताऊं कि एयरफोर्स और जहाँ तक लैंड बॉर्डर्स का सवाल है, मेनली एयरफोर्स का होता है। सियाचिन में अगर हम ऑफ मेघदूत में हमारी कामयाबी वो 100%, देखो ग्राउंड के ऊपर यू कैन नॉट रिप्लेस इन्फेंट्री मैन, चाहे किसी किस्म का वारफेयर हो जाए, कब्जा वो जगह मानी जाएगी जहां इन्फेंट्री मैन का बूट टेकेगा। लेकिन वो जब टिकेगा जब मेरे पास हेलीकॉप्टर आ रहा है, चंडीगढ़ से सप्लाईज लेके मेरे को एयर ड्रॉप कर रहा है सियाचिन में, उसके आधार पे मैं वहां सरवाइव करता हूँ। आपका सवाल ये ठीक है, क्योंकि अगर मैं हिस्टोरिकली आपको बताऊं तो 1905 में लॉर्ड किचनर ने रीऑर्गेनाइज किया था। उससे पहले बंगाल, मद्रास एंड बॉम्बे, ये तीन अलग अलग प्रेसिडेंसी होती थी। इनको 1905 में लॉर्ड किचनर, जो उस टाइम पे बॉस थे, उन्होंने इनको इकट्ठा करके एक ब्रिटिश इंडियन आर्मी बनाया था। अभी इतने सालों के बाद में हमने अपने आप को ऑर्गेनाइज करके इन तीनों फोर्सेस को इन जॉइंटेड एफर्ट के ऊपर, उनकी एसेट्स जो हैं वो इतना वेल इंटीग्रेटेड हैं कि हम किसी भी वर्ल्ड लेवल की पावर को हम टैकल कर सकते हैं। Now that is the stage that we are today as Army, Navy and Air Force, as a cohesive, combined, interconnected, supreme power to ensure the sanctity of our borders. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your precious time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next is Hampton from Sikkim.
Audible to you, sir.
Bilingual is better. There are people who don't understand.
Am I audible to you, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon to everyone, respected gallantry awardees, and all the schools present in this live conference. I am Samdan Zangmu Bhutia from Tashiring Senior Secondary School, studying in class 11, and I am representing my school and also my state, Sikkim. I'm very thankful to have this opportunity to interact with you all. So my question for you is, courage is often shown on the battlefields, but What does courage look like in everyday life for you? Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Samten. That's a good question. For, of course, courage has got various, facets, and courage in the wartime is mostly exhibited physically and mentally also, of course, because unless until you are mentally courageous, you will not be able to exhibit that in a physical form. That is the war scenario. Okay, in day-to-day life, courage is basically ensuring. I have I have spoken about it earlier also. Two very critical aspects in life. One is discipline, and second is consistency. So unless and until we are disciplined soldiers like me, we are not disciplined in life, we will not be able to exhibit the kind of courage which is required during the operations or the wartime. So in life also, we have that sense of being highly disciplined people. Secondly, we are very consistent in what we do. It doesn't happen that I am, you know, uh, certain exercises, certain duties on a particular day, then I'm going to leave it or I'm going to give a gap to it, because that will ensure that I'm not able to perform at my peak. So we do it consistently, and having those kind of traits, discipline, being consistent, and of course high moral values in terms of our integrity. So these three aspects contribute to giving a sense of courage, bravery in us. So remember three words. One is discipline, second is consistency, third is integrity.
Thank you. Okay, next we have from Manipur, Kundaprakam Chinglembi. Is she here? Manipur, Chinglembi.
Nice.
Manipur.
Sir,
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah, Chinglembi, please ask your question from Manipur.
Sir, Lilena, I am from Manipur.
You can ask your question one by one. Yeah, you can
Sir,
ask your question.
My warm greetings to all. My name is Kiam Lilena Devi from Gari Upper Primary School, Imphal West, Manipur. Sir, my question is, what qualities should young students like us develop if we want to serve the nation?
You see, basically, as I mentioned a little earlier, that first and the foremost thing is, if you really want to enjoy life, you should be physically fit. That is there's a basic thing that you should have. Then you must be aware of things happening around you, which is in two parts. One is academics. You have to go through academic curricula, you got to qualify, you got to earn that eligibility for various avenues that you want to explore in life. Second thing is that you must be socially sensitive. You see, the problem is that we are not able to look beyond our tip of our nose. That is the biggest problem in today's society. So have social sensitivity for all living and non-living things in places around you. Third thing is, you must be moral straight. You see, you got to be answerable to yourself about how you conduct yourself. If you are aware, if you are physically fit, if you are socially sensitive, if you can think beyond your nose, you are a rounded up personality to be a constructive member of the society and serve the country. Unfortunately, we want somebody else to do it everything for you, and you only become judgmental. नहीं आपने ये नहीं किया, आपने वो नहीं किया. You see, when you point a finger, the three fingers are pointing towards you. So straighten these three fingers and be conscious about the three fingers which are pointing towards you. You will be a better citizen, and we will be able to serve better the society and the country. Thank you.
Next is Chinglimbi. I'm sorry, I'm unable to speak this name, but she's from Manipur.
Chenglembi from Manipur.
A very good afternoon to all the esteemed gallantry awardees and dignitaries present. My name is Kubra from Chenglembi. I'm currently in Standard 7 and I'm representing my school as a learning Manipur. My question to the gallantry awardee is, how has your experience shaped your perspective on leadership, and what qualities do you think are essential for a leader? Thank you.
Thank you, Chinglembi. To be a leader, see, first of all, in the armed forces, you always get an opportunity to lead, to demonstrate, and to act. That is one thing. So there are various perspectives which are there. But to answer it simply, for young children like you, to become a leader, you have the ability, you should have the ability to lead and the ability to take charge of the situations. When I say take charge of the situation, whenever there's an opportunity to do something, you should be the first one to get up and volunteer that, yes, I am the one who's going to do it, and I'm the one who's going to take the responsibility of delivering this, doing this, and demonstrating to the others, look, I have taken the initiative. You should have the ability to take initiative and take the lead. That is what, in simple terms, I want to explain to you. Thank you.
Next is Mishti Negi from Delhi.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I am Mishti from grade 11. I'm representing Mount Abu Public School from Northwest Delhi, and I'm so honored to have been given this opportunity to interact with our brave Gallantry Award winners. My question is, we know our security forces are fearless, courageous, and bravest of all. But everyone faces fear at some point in their life, including gallant hearts like yours, I believe. So I wish to ask, what were some major fears that you faced at any point in your service, and how did you win over them? Thank you.
Well, Misty, everybody has fears. Soldiers also have fears, but there are certain aspects which we experience and we manage those fears. Yes, you can't eliminate fears completely, but you can manage fear. One is rigorous training, which we have in the armed forces. That is one aspect. Second aspect is sense of duty and honor in the work which we do. It manages fear. Third is there is great bit of camaraderie or brother in the armed forces. We can die for our brothers in the armed forces. Before anybody else, we can give up our life for our comrades. That is 3. Fourth, spirituality and faith. Indian soldiers, Indian different regiments, we come from those kind of cultures that we bank a lot on our faith and our spiritual being. That is 4th. 5th is leadership by deeds. So here you have people who are willing to take the lead and take the plunge. 5th is that we are always practicing being in risks. So war exercises, the trainings, the seminars, the discussions which we have always put us in some kind of risk. And last but not least, it is the pride in our nation and our society gives to a soldier, that strength allay a lot of fears in us. I hope you will be able to understand this.
Yes, thank you, sir, for your wise words.
Thanks, Mishti. Next is Mosami from Assam.
Good afternoon to all. I am Mosami Gohai, representing Silavathar Science Senior Secondary School from Assam. My question is, Sir, our many brave soldiers guard our borders in far-flung hazardous terrains, in scorching desert, chilling glaciers, dense forests, etc. What provisions are provided by the Defense Ministry for the mental well-being of soldiers posted in such locations?
Even in times when we were not fully prepared, I'm proud to say that my logistics were taken care of by air. There used to be AN-32 coming, and all logistics from, of course, frozen food. We have a special type of food which is frozen, and we just boil water and make it. I'm happy to say that even those times, some dry fruits and honey was also provided. But in these circumstances, you don't have appetite because of thin availability of oxygen. It affects your metabolism, it affects your appetite, and the task that you have at hand. The food part is really it becomes secondary. But provisioning is there, and there is no question the way the services are organized, even in the most remotest of areas. We have our proper food, we have proper medical care, we have communication, we have somebody caring for us. You see, our commanders, our headquarters, they are alive to whatever is happening with us. We are not, we don't leave our people in isolation and abandoned. So we are well taken care of. Government does its best, but yes, in isolated places, when you are cut off, things may be there, but they are taken care of in the almost real time. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mosami, just one thing. You asked about the mental well-being. Dahiya sir has already covered it. A few things that you should also try and understand is the mental well-being of the soldier is firstly, how and when do you feel you are happy? That when you meet your relatives, your parents, and your if somebody is married, his wife, and if somebody has children, he meets his children. So the soldiers, all of us get leave timely, or if not timely due to certain circumstantial reasons, at least in some kind of a gap, with some kind of a gap, one is sent on leave, so he gets recreated, he gets mental refreshment. Then when he is posted, like you said, in deserts or in hilly terrain or all these kinds of places, we have our sports mechanism working there. We play a lot of sports, so that is another form of recreation that we have. We have yoga, we have we have bada khanas. Bada khanas is when you all of us meet on a particular day, particular evening, and we have good food. We sing together, we dance together, and these are various forms of recreation to keep your mental well-being. Right? Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Next is Shiva from Andhra Pradesh. Shiva from Andhra Pradesh. Next is G. Sahithi from Andhra Pradesh. Next is Muhammad Hassan from Ladakh. Muhammad Hassan from Ladakh.
Hello. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead. Ask your question, please.
A very good afternoon to all. I am Mohammad Hassan Khan, and I am representing my school, PM Shri Government High School, and I am from Ladakh. My question is, what kind of challenges Indian Army faced during Kargil War, and how you been able to overcome that, sir? Thank
What kind of challenges?
you. Yes,
Is
sir.
written what diplomatic challenges?
Diplomatic challenges.
Diplomatic.
See, in terms of course, whenever you get into a war, you wage a war, you are always going to have lot of resistance internationally. So when we fought that war in 99, a lot of pressure came onto Indian government and Indian military not to operate, not to attack, and not to, take back those posts which Pakistan had illegally occupied. Nonetheless, correctly, if you remember it clearly, then Indian government took a very clear stance internationally by conveying to all the ambassadors in the country and through our embassies across the world that India is not going to stop the operation till it either the territory occupied by the Pakistanis is vacated, or through our operations we force them to vacate our territory. So the challenge was just that, there was a lot of pressure in terms of not undertaking the operations, which we overcame with great stability and control. And second challenge was that in terms of technology, because it was high, since you belong to that region, I was there myself in Kargil war. So second challenge was that, in terms of our technology and the ammunition which was there, the this thing, we were to some extent dependent on the supply from other nations, where friends like Israel and Russia, they helped us, and we were able to carry out our operation successfully. And eventually, in a matter of about a month and a half, the entire Kargil war was won by us, and we emerged victorious. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Hassan. Next is Jhansi Priya from Odisha.
Almighty greetings, my esteemed sincere and precious good afternoon. I am Jhansi Priya Priyadarshini from Odisha Adarsa Vidyalaya, Bentapur Baliyanta, District Khordha, representing my state Odisha, a land which is very well known for Lord Jagannath and also for its ancient temples, culture and unique history. I am truly honored and thankful to be a part of this VeerGatha program 5.0 and to interact with the gallantry awardees. Sir, you all are really praiseworthy and worthy of appreciation. So a great salute to all of you, sir. So my question is, what role do you think a gallantry award plays in inspiring others?
What role gallantry award plays in inspiring others?
You see, like I said, we services are a family, and the good work done, if it is recognized and recognized by the government of our country, and it adds to the heritage of our regiment. We are, say, our services are, especially Army is about 200 years old. And that is one of the inspiration that we are focused on, that we have, each regiment will have a properly documented regimental history in which our achievements, our outstanding contribution to the defense of the country and in other fields, even in aid of civil authorities. When there is a flood, there is an earthquake, there is a natural calamity, all these things are part of our regimental history, our life as such. Now, in this gallantry and other awards, they have a special motivational aspect to all those who don the same uniform of the same regiment. So, to that an extent, like the Ladakhis, Ladakh Scout that I served in, they are one of the most decorated regiment. They are the best snow warriors in the whole world. if you read their history, you automatically are inspired. And there is an ambition that you should also perform at that level, if not better. So to that extent, the Gallantry Award do serve a very purposeful, it's very purposeful to inspire the generation coming. Second thing, that's a benchmark. Anyone who comes in the subsequent generation will be conscious of this. कि मैं ऐसा काम नहीं करेगा जो कि मेरे पहले वाले लोगों के नाम को धूमिल करे, उनको वो डाइल्यूट करे. Again, it is an inspiration. If there is a Paramveer Chakra in my regiment, now each Jawan donning that uniform is saying it is a PVC battalion, it is a PVC regiment. So that keeps our overall morale, inspiration, motivation level at that level. I hope I will. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this great explanation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jhansi Priya. Next is Meer from JNK.
Good afternoon, everyone. Army officials. I am Zureza Mir from Jammu and Kashmir, representing my school, Government Girls, Amira Kadal High Secondary, and I'm currently studying in grade 11. First of all, sir, I feel truly honored and humbled to speak with someone who have made so many sacrifices to serve our nation and with so much of great courage. So officers like you leave their families behind and face a very difficult, dangerous and war-like uncertain situation. So, sir, my question again goes to bravery. So, do you think that bravery is something a person is born with, or so bravery is something a person can develop over a time through different experiences, different situation, or discipline? So, do you think that anyone can become brave if they train their mind and heart to be brave?
There's a centuries-old discussion. Leaders are born or they're trained. I'll quoting my own example. Born in a village, I was not even meant to be in uniform if I go by the assessment of my village people. I went to NDA. NDA shaped me. I came to Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry. The Kashmiris, having left my command 30 years back, I am still in touch with every corner of Jammu and Kashmir. And I'm proud to say they are my extended family. Now, this comes, I say that I was taught by my men who are my seniors, irrespective of the rank. If you visit Srinagar or Jakalai Regimental Center, there's a war memorial. You must read the names there. I'm from that regiment. Even in a place like Karna in Tangdar, there are stories right on the border. How these people, they are without any guidance. I got some cases, even a man who is on leave, he rises to the occasion and contributes to the local regiment there and thus serves the country. So I feel it is your individual perspective. It is your own personality. It is how you have capability enabled and empowered yourself that makes you a leader. God bless you. You should also be one. Okay, bye.
So much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Meer. Anyone from anyone from Andhra Pradesh?
Yes, ma'am.
You can ask your question.
Yes, ma'am. I am G. Sahiti. I am studying 8th class from Vayuru, Andhra Pradesh. First of all, thank you so much, sir. We are very privileged to listen to you. Thank you for guiding us. My question is, how technology helped the Indian Army to become stronger? Thank you, sir.
What is the
How
question?
technology has helped the Indian Army?
Technology. Well, thank you so much, G. Sahiti. So, technology is the in thing, number one. Number two, as I have used a term before, technology is the force multiplier. Today's war scenario, defense forces are basically meant to defend the country and to ensure that any enemy designs are thwarted. So today's war scenario is very much shaped by the uh, tech-based systems. Now, be it the technology of the ground forces or the air forces or the naval forces, most of the operations are tech savvy and tech based. So you can have an aircraft which is capable of not only firing the munition, delivering the munition. That aircraft can track the enemy radars. Their aircraft has the capability, technological capability to defend itself and douse the enemy radar system, detection system. In all aspects, technology is playing a major role and it is only going to grow further. So, in nutshell, if I have to answer your question, technology is playing a very pivotal role in terms of the defense mechanism and continue to grow. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone left who hasn't spoken yet?
Telangana, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Can I start?
Yeah, you can.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Sonali Shri, studying in 10th class from ZPHS Dargah Hussain Shawali, Rangareddy district of Telangana state. First of all, I'm very happy to interact with you guys today. And congratulations for receiving the Gallantry Award. So my question is, what does the success of this operation reveal about India's technological defense in India?
Same question.
Which one? For this operation.
For this one.
Is this your operation? How was it?
Technological advance.
If I share our shaping or journey of our Indian services, up to immediately after independence, you can say about up to 70s, we were not technologically so updated, but we are master of improvisation and doing things with minimum of resources. We are master of it. We have been trained. We are tested in First and Second World War, where Indian troops have taken on the Germans and performed so exceedingly well that we are savior of democracy. In fact, we are the savior of Europe as such. Technologically, the change started taking place in 70s and later part of 80s. We can say that. Now, in this concept, now technological advancement now, especially from the beginning of this century, has been at a very high speed and a very high scale. Because when we added a different dimension, all kind of advancement came into our artillery, our communication, our mobility, and our arms and ammunition. Those things have reached to such a level now that in irrespective of the environment, in fact, we are a country, we have different types of, whether it is jungle, desert, or mountain, or super high altitude, or even other types of terrain. We have state-of-art equipment now, and we are able to accomplish our mission at very efficiently and with synergy from different components. Because army, you see, it is not one particular unit or organization which is doing it. It is a comprehensive this thing, and in which the technologies, as showcased in Op Sindoor, is the ultimate. Okay.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving this opportunity to reach all the school children, where because they know more about the defense forces and their sacrifices, because the patriotism should come from the school age. Thank you very much for the Ministry of Defense for organizing this program, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Anyone else? Anyone else who hasn't spoken yet?
Okay. Firstly and foremostly, on behalf of the Ministry of Defense, we all thank Colonel M.S. Dahiya, Shaurya Chakra, and Major Rakesh Sharma, Shaurya Chakra, for being with us here, talking to the students, interacting with all of you, and answering your questions and giving insights into the Indian Army and a lot of other things like leadership and courage and bravery that you talked about and very well talked about and very well discussed about. Now, as you're all aware, the VeerGatha 5.0 is the timelines have been extended up to the 15th of November. And now you shall be doing your drawings and paintings and sketches and videos, anchoring and multimedia. We wish you all the best, put in your best, and we would like to see once those of you who may make it to the Super 100, you will come to Delhi. We will be inviting you all to Delhi and we'll meet you once you come to Delhi. Wish you all the best. And lastly, and not the least, we thank all of you, all our students for being here with us in this webinar session. We thank all the state nodal officers and the district nodal officers and all the Department of Education officials who helped in coordinating, all the principals helped in coordinating in this webinar session. Thank you very much and wish you all the best. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.
Wow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Jai Hind.
Wow. Questioning बंद कर दो. Sir, very nice.
Wonderful, yeah.